Welcome to the Bootstrap Mogul Podcast, where we bring you the grassroots tips, tricks, and stories in everything entrepreneurship, digital marketing, and personal development. I'm your host, Andres Holguin. Hey there, my incredible listeners. Welcome back to another episode of the Bootstrap Mogul Podcast. I'm your host, Andres Holguin, and today we're diving deep into a topic that's not just close to my heart, but is absolutely crucial for anyone looking to make their mark in the freelancing world. We're talking about crafting content that clicks, how to guide your audience to success. Now, why is this so important, you might ask? Well, let me tell you. In the journey of freelancing entrepreneurship, understanding your audience and delivering content that not only captures their attention, but also solves their problems is the golden key to building a loyal community and ultimately a thriving business. Now, let me share a little story that perfectly illustrates the power of targeted problem-solving content. Now, a few years back when I was just starting out in this business, I remember feeling like I was in the constant cycle of trial and error. I was putting out content I thought was interesting and valuable, but it just wasn't getting the traction I hoped for. It felt like I was speaking into a void, and let's be honest, that can be pretty disheartening. But then something shifted. I decided to really buckle down and get to know my audience. I mean, really get to know them. Not just what they liked, but what kept them up at night, what challenges they were facing in their journey to break free from the 9-to-5 grind and build a life of freedom and fulfillment through something like freelancing. I started creating content that addressed those specific pain points, offering clear, actionable solutions they could apply right away. And you know what happened? The response was like night and day. Suddenly, my audience was not just consuming my content, they were engaging with it, sharing it, and coming back for more. They began to see me as a trusted guide in their journey, and that's when I truly understood the transformative power of targeted problem-solving content. Now, it wasn't just about what I wanted to say, it was about delivering what my audience needed to hear in a way that resonated with them. That shift in approach didn't just change my content strategy, it changed my entire business. It taught me that the key to successful freelancing and really successful business in general is not just about showcasing your skills or services, it's about understanding the people you're trying to help, diving deep into their world and offering them a ladder when they're stuck in a pit. So in today's episode, we're going to unpack all of this. We'll dive into how to really understand your audience, identify their challenges, and craft content that not only speaks to them on a personal level, but also guides them toward success. Now, whether you're just starting out or you're looking to take your content strategy to the next level, this episode is packed with insights and strategies designed to help you create the meaningful, deep connection with your audience. Now get ready to take some notes because we're about to get into the nitty-gritty of creating stellar content that your audience will not only love, but will remember and thank you for. Let's dive in. So we're unraveling the first essential step to content that clicks, understanding your audience. Now, imagine you're on a quest to uncover the deepest desires and challenges of your audience. This journey goes beyond basic demographics to explore the attitudes, values, and real problems that they're facing. Think about what makes them tick, what, again, keeps them up at night, and how they define success. Crafting a detailed customer profile isn't just a task, it's the cornerstone of creating content that resonates on a personal level. Now, let's talk about turning those insights into action through empathy. So, social media, forums, and direct engagement aren't just platforms for sharing your message. They're also your gateway to truly understanding your audience and what they crave. So, social media insight. Listen to the conversations happening in your niche. Engage with your audience by asking questions and diving into discussions. Show them you are here to listen, not just to speak. Also, jump into online communities where your audience hangs out. Participate genuinely, offer some help, and you will start building relationships based on trust and value. And never underestimate the power of a direct conversation, whether it's through comments, DMs, or emails. These interactions are gold. They show your audience that you care about their individual journeys. Now, by combining thorough research with empathetic engagement, you transform your content strategy. You're not just creating content, you're forging connections that resonate deeply with your audience. And remember, it's these genuine connections that turn listeners into loyal followers. So take the leap, get to know your audience like never before, and let's create content that not only gets noticed, but is truly loved. All right, my ambitious friends, let's move on to a segment that's incredibly important and crucial for your success: solving problems through content. This is where the rubber meets the road, where you transform your insights into impactful, actionable content that not only engages your audience, but genuinely helps them overcome their hurdles. So let's dive in. The first step is like becoming a detective in your audience's lives. You've got to identify not just any challenges, but the specific pressing pain points that keep them awake at night. Remember, the more specific you can get, the more effective your solutions will be. Start by making a list. So think about all the interactions you've had with your audience, the questions they've asked, the frustrations they have voiced. What patterns do you see? Are they maybe struggling to get clients or overwhelmed by, a specific uncertainty? Once you have this list, prioritize it. So which challenges come up most often? Which have the biggest impact on their lives? These are the gold mines where your content can make the most significant difference. Now, for the heart of it all, transforming these challenges into content that offers tangible, easy to implement solutions. This is where you get to shine as the guide and mentor you truly are for your audience. So first, take each point and brainstorm actionable advice. Think about what has worked for you and others in your industry. Now, don't shy away from sharing your own stories of trial and error. Your audience will appreciate the authenticity, and it will make your solutions more relatable. For each solution, break it down into simple step-by-step actions that anyone can follow. The key here is simplicity and clarity. You want your audience to think, I can do this today. Whether it's a blog post, a podcast episode, or a video, your content should leave them feeling equipped and empowered. But don't stop there. Encourage feedback. Ask your audience to share their experiences, their successes, and their stumbling blocks. This not only helps you refine your advice, but it also strengthens the trust and connection with your audience. They'll see you not just as a source of information, but as a partner in their journey. And remember, trust is built on transparency and honesty. If there's a solution you're suggesting that you haven't tried personally, be upfront about it. Share why you believe it's worth trying and invite your audience to explore it with you. This kind of honesty can be incredibly powerful in building a loyal community. In every piece of content you create, include a call to action. Encourage your audience to take that first step, whether it's implementing a strategy, signing up for a webinar, or simply reflecting on their goals. Make it clear, make it simple, and make it achievable. So there you have it. By identifying your audience's pain points and offering actionable, easy to implement solutions, you're not just creating content, you're creating value, you're building trust, and most importantly, you are empowering your audience to move forward one step at a time. So remember, your success as a content creator isn't measured by likes or shares, but by the real tangible difference you make in your audience's lives. And let's make that difference together. Okay, so we're moving into a segment that truly excites me because it's all about what happens after that first magical moment when someone stumbles upon your content. Yes, I'm talking about building a relationship with your audience. It's the journey from that initial click to creating a loyal, engaged community that believes in you, your message, and the journey you are guiding them on. So let's get into the details of how we make those connections last and truly matter. So imagine each click on your content as a handshake, an introduction to what you and your brand are all about. But as we all know, meaningful relationships aren't built on handshakes alone. They require time, consistency, and most importantly, genuine care. So, how do we turn that handshake into a lasting connection? Well, first and foremost, be consistent in your content delivery. Whether it's a weekly blog post, podcast episode, or video, show up for your audience as promised. This reliability builds trust and keeps your audience coming back for more. Whenever personal or whenever possible, personalize your interactions. So use your audience's name in emails, respond to comments with a personal touch, and tailor your content to the specific interests and needs of your community. Next, share behind the scenes glimpses of your work and life. This transparency creates a sense of closeness and relatability, and it tells your audience, hey, I'm on this journey too, and I am here with you every step of the way. And pay close attention to feedback, both what's said and what's implied through behavior and engagement metrics. Use this feedback to adapt to your content and interactions. This shows your audience that you value their input and are committed to evolving with them. Now, let's talk about crafting calls to action, or CTAs, that resonate and encourage deeper engagement. A call to action is not just a marketing tool, it's an invitation to take the next step in your relationship. So make sure each CTA offers something valuable, whether it's a free resource, a useful tip, or an invitation to a community discussion. Your audience should feel they're gaining something by taking action. Next, tailor your CTAs to the content they're associated with. A generic click here isn't as compelling as download your guide to whatever it might be. This specificity makes the action more relevant and enticing. Invite your audience to engage in a dialogue. So whether it's leaving a comment, sharing their story, or participating in a survey, you want to make it clear that you're interested in hearing from them. This two-way interaction fosters a deeper connection and a sense of belonging. Next, your CTA should be straightforward and easy to follow. So avoid confusion or the feeling of being overwhelmed by keeping it simple and direct. Remember, each CTA is an opportunity to deepen the relationship with your audience. It's not just about getting them to do something, it's about offering them more value and drawing them closer into your community. So let's put these strategies into action and start building those lasting connections today. Remember, in the world of content creation, the most powerful tool at your disposal is the relationship you have with your audience. So let's make every interaction count. Now we're sailing into a segment that's all about spicing things up while staying true to our course. Yes, I'm talking about content variety and consistency. So this is where we embrace the beautiful dance between diversifying our content and maintaining a steady rhythm that keeps our audience hooked. So buckle up, because we're about to dive into how you can mix it up effectively and why being consistent is your secret weapon in the content game. Now, in the world of content creation, variety isn't just the spice of life, it's the very essence of engagement. Imagine walking into a bakery where they only serve one type of bread. Sure, it might be delicious, but eventually you'd crave something different. Your content is much the same. Your audience is diverse, each with their unique tastes and preferences, and your content needs to reflect that diversity. By mixing up your content types, you not only cater to various learning styles and preferences, but you also keep your audience engaged and excited for what's next. It's really about offering something for everyone and keeping the content fresh and engaging. Now, let's talk consistency. Talked a little bit about it before, but if variety is the essence of engagement, consistency is the backbone of trust. It's what transforms casual visitors into loyal followers. And so think of your favorite TV show releasing a new episode every week. That anticipation, the reliability, that's what keeps you coming back. And now let's talk about why consistency matters. So regular updates signal to your audience that you're reliable and committed. It builds anticipation and forms part of their routine. Whether it's a weekly blog post, a daily video, or even a weekly podcast episode like I do, consistency keeps your audience engaged and connected to your journey. Next, content calendars and planning tools. This is where the magic happens behind the scenes. A content calendar is not just a scheduling tool, it's your strategic partner. It helps you plan out your content, ensuring that you have a good mix and that everything aligns with your overall goals. So, tools like Trello, Asana, ClickUp, or even a simple spreadsheet can be game changers. They help you stay organized, track your progress, and ensure you're always a step ahead. Planning also allows you to be strategic about your content themes, promotional activities, and audience engagement. It gives you the flexibility to adapt and pivot as needed without losing sight of your overarching goals. Remember, the key to a successful content strategy is finding the right balance between variety and consistency. It's about keeping your audience engaged, excited, and eager for more. By mixing up your content types and maintaining a regular posting schedule, you're not just building an audience, you're nurturing a community. Now, we've navigated through the terrain of content creation, and now it's time to talk about something that ties it all together: measuring success and iterating. This is where we learn, where we grow, and we refine our strategies based on real-world feedback and data. It's about embracing the journey of continuous improvement. So let's dive into how we can create effective feedback loops and use analytics to guide our path forward. So imagine your content as a conversation. You've been doing a lot of the talking, and now it's time to listen. Creating feedback loops with your audience is like opening the floor for them to share their thoughts, feelings, and suggestions about your content. This is invaluable because it turns a monologue into a dialogue, creating a stronger connection with your audience and providing insights you can't get anywhere else. Also, pay close attention to the comments on your blog posts, videos, and social media. These are immediate and often raw insights into how your audience is reacting to your content. Engage with these comments, ask follow-up questions, and show that you're not just listening, but actively interested in what they have to say. Creating a culture where feedback is welcomed and valued not only enriches your content strategy, but it also deepens the loyalty of your audience. They'll see that their voice matters and that they are a crucial part of your content creation process. Now, let's shine a light on the role of analytics. So while feedback gives you qualitative insights, analytics provide the quantitative data to see how your content is performing. So think of analytics as your GPS, guiding you through the content landscape with clear indicators of what's working and what isn't. Platforms like Google Analytics, YouTube Analytics, and social media insights offer a wealth of information. So look at metrics like page views, watch time, engagement rates, and social shares. These numbers tell a story of how your content resonates with your audience. Next, use your findings to tweak your content strategy. This might mean changing up your topics, experimenting with different content formats, or adjusting your posting schedule. The goal is to refine your approach continually to better meet the needs and preferences of your audience. Remember, my friends, the journey of content creation is a continuous loop of speaking, listening, and refining. By embracing feedback and analytics, you're not just broadcasting messages into the void, you're engaging in a dynamic, evolving conversation with your audience. This is how you build not just an audience, but again, a community that's engaged, is loyal, and excited to be on this journey with you. And just like that, we're at the close of another episode here on the Bootstrap Mogul Podcast. It has truly been a total pleasure and honor guiding you through the ins and outs of creating content that not only captures the attention, but also the hearts of your audience. Today, we've journeyed together through the critical steps of understanding your audience, solving their problems through valuable content, nurturing lasting relationships, diversifying your content strategy, and measuring your success to continually adapt and improve. Now remember, the essence of our discussion today centers on creating value-driven, problem-solving content. It's about more than just filling the internet with some more noise. It's about speaking directly to the needs and challenges of your audience, offering them solutions that they can implement in their lives and businesses right now. This is how you build trust. This is how you transform a casual listener into a loyal follower. Now, I want to encourage you to take action. Take everything we've talked about today and apply it. So start with just one piece of content and think about a specific problem your audience faces, one that you know you can help solve. Create a piece of content, whether it's a blog post, a video, or even a simple social media update focused on solving that problem. Share it with your audience and watch how they respond. This is your first step towards creating content that truly resonates. Now, before we part ways, I have a small ask from you. If you found value in today's episode, if it sparked even a single idea or inspired you to take action, I invite you to subscribe to the Bootstrap Mogul Podcast. Subscribing means you'll never miss out on the insights, the tips, and the stories that can help guide you on your journey to success. But don't stop there. Share this episode with your network, with someone you know who could benefit from our discussion today. And finally, engage with our platform for more resources designed to support you in your content creation journey. Now, creating impactful, meaningful content is a journey, one that requires insight, empathy, and genuine desire to make a difference in the lives of your audience. We're all on this together, and I'm so grateful for your companionship. So here's to taking action, to continuous improvement, and to creating content that not only resonates, but also transforms. Thank you so much for tuning into the Bootstrap Mogul Podcast. I'm Andres Olguin, and I can't wait to see the incredible content you are going to create. Keep pushing forward, keep creating, and never forget the power of solving just one person's problem. It might just be the spark that ignites a revolution in your content strategy.